Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another dive into some DeepRockGalactic memes. I had a lot of fun the last time I did this a little while ago, and I'm thinking about making this sort of a monthly tradition to do. Just go through the DeepRockGalactic subreddit and just see all the kinds of spicy memes that people have put on. And I feel like this is just a fun way to wrap up the month after all the guides and informational videos. Just have some lowbrow humor and just kind of laugh at some of the stuff that people have come up against that they have posted into the subreddit. So let's just get right into the video and not waste any time and see what some people have gotten themselves into. Toodles! I don't need to outrun the glyphid bulk detonator. I only need to outrun you. That is incredibly true, unfortunately. Although you should always work together to take out the bulk detonator. You know, sometimes you get in a situation where, you know, your teammate might be going a little slow and all you really need to do is keep yourself alive. That way you can revive them later. So long as one of you survives the blast, especially if nobody has their iron will up. So this makes a lot of sense, although it might not necessarily be in the best taste. Just something I thought of. Every masterpiece has its cheap copy. Now hold on a second here. Now let's not be trashing Stratagem Hero like that. Stratagem Hero is incredibly fun. Comparing Stratagem Hero to Jetty Boot is like comparing peanut butter to jelly. It's like there's two very different things here. Jetty Boot only really teaches you how to do one tiny little mini game that you only do a handful of times throughout the course of mission. Stratagem Hero teaches you how to just use stratagems in general, which is very useful. Granted, Stratagem Hero, you needed to get the Super Citizen edition of the game in order to even use, which you don't need that for Jetty Boot, but that's besides the point. So I think there's actually no way you can even call this a cheap copy, because by actual definition, it's not, because you actually needed to put a little bit more money out just to even get access to Stratagem Hero, which I do think is something that they should change in my personal opinion, but who am I kidding? They're both fun games to play. I've had Mission Control say, "I'm proud of you" to me more than my parents. I'm not even gonna touch that one. I know we've kicked a lot of barrels, but come on, man. Mission Control is sending supplies. Mission Control is sending the drop pod. Honestly, right? Like, you would think that we would be able to put some sort of mark down for where we want the drop pod to be when it comes down towards the end. Or you would think that they would know where we are. Obviously, they know where we are because he's able to announce where swarms are in relation to us. So why not just send the drop pod to where we are right then and there, so that way we can get out very quickly? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. He's able to put resupply pods down with incredible amounts of precision, but when it comes to the drop pod, no, that's got to go 5 miles away from where we currently are. This is what says next level cave generation. What am I? This is just like supposed to be a really long hallway. Also, the dude's FOV is crazy. This is just supposed to be it's just a really tall cylinder room. I mean, I've seen rooms like this and they are not fun. Yeah, the big, long cylinder rooms like that are not very fun to go up against, especially if you don't have a driller. But I mean, you guys should have been relatively fine. Have you ever realized the drop pod has the shape of Mission Control's face? I don't know about that. I mean, I can kind of see where it's coming from. I can see, like, you got the nose of the panel up top and then you have the two eyes. But I mean, Mission Control just looks very similar to the normal dwarves anyway. So, I mean, you know what? The more I'm looking at this now, the more I am realizing that it does kind of look like him to a degree. I mean, maybe it's just because it looks very angry and upset, and that's just kind of what Mission Control looks like all the time. So please, someone tell me I'm not crazy and the planet above the terminal is a little off center. Wait. Oh my goodness, it's the same thing as the medical bay cross. If you guys have never noticed this, if you go into the medical bay and you look at the green cross that's above the doorway, it is slightly off center and it irks me so much. And if this is actually true, if this isn't Photoshop, now it's gonna annoy me even more. Why would they do that? They definitely did that on purpose just to mess with us. When you can't find that last fossil, bro, it really is like that sometimes. A lot of the times that last fossil or that last thing you need to collect is just in the complete worst situation you can think of. I have won the lottery. Crassus plus Gold Rush plus pots of gold. My goodness, look at that payout. That is a nasty good payout, my dude. That is nice. I like that a lot. I think I've had that happen maybe once or twice in my career, and it is definitely a very good feeling to be able to get all of those things lined up at once to where you're just getting a massive payout, although it probably took you a while to mine that, especially since you are not the driller. So I commend you for taking the time to mine through all of that. Stupid question. Why are Helldivers 2 more popular than DRG? No hate to Helldivers 2 community, asking out of curiosity. I see people talking about Helldivers 2 everywhere, but I rarely see a DRG fan out in the wild. My question is, why? Is it because the graphics or something's better gameplay, or is Sony the reason? As a starting title, no hate to anyone, asking for pure curiosity. So I think you haven't been around a whole lot of other game communities out there, because I see people in other gaming communities that obviously love Deep Rock. You got to kind of like figure out who they are, because they won't necessarily be outright admitting it. If you're watching somebody on Twitch and they're playing something very out there, even if you just put Rock and Stone in the chat, I guarantee you'll get at least a couple of people that will respond and will know exactly what you're doing. As for the question why Helldivers 2 seems to be more popular than Deep Rock, at the current moment, I think the main reason is just because as of right now, Helldivers 2 has a lot more content coming out than Deep Rock does at the moment. It's a little bit more steady. It's still relatively new, so people are still kind of getting a lot of the stuff they want from it. They're still getting a lot of experience with it. It is very fun. It is a very fun game to play. I have done several videos on the channel about it as well. And also right now it is kind of getting a little bit of a resurgence, because we have new enemies coming out. We've got new stuff coming out. So there's a lot more things going on with Helldivers right now. Whereas in Deep Rock, we're kind of in a little bit of a lull. We're in a bit of a low period right now in between seasons, and with Rogue Core coming out. So that's probably the reason why. I don't think it's a case of Helldivers 2 is going to outdo Deep Rock. I think it's just a case of just right now, Helldivers has a little bit more stuff going on for it. So don't worry, Deep Rock isn't going anywhere. Proximity mine moment. My proximity mine using its final detonation to kill whoever stepped on it. The unfortunate singular glyphid grunt bastard that stepped on. Oh, I love the use of Majin Vegeta. I love that. That is good. Good moment in DBZ. Good meme. This is just great. I do always wish that my proximity mines would kind of prioritize the bigger enemies, but it is also still great when you just see one lone swarmer or grunt just get annihilated by them. Just realize this little pick on the top is a dwarf being kicked because you got kicked from the game. 1700 hours. Listen, sometimes you never notice these types of things. It is surprising how long I'll play a game for and not realize something. I can't remember what it was, but I remember hearing a while back that the reason why Tetris is called Tetris is because of the phrase tetra means four, and all of the pieces in Tetris have 4 blocks in every combination that you can make them, and that blew my mind. I can't remember where I heard it, but I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. And I played Tetris a lot when I was a kid, so just kind of those little things you never really think about. And even when you are somebody who has 1,000+ hours into something, it's just kind of crazy, the kind of stuff that you just sort of glaze past, you never really notice. Is this a hacker thing? Considering that I don't see, is this a hacker? Considering how I don't see a gunner on your team, I'm thinking either if he was never there, yes, this is a hacker thing. If he was there, he literally just filled up on Nitra all the time and then just dumped all of his zip lines and then left. Why he would do that, I'll never know. But yeah, that definitely does seem to be a hacker thing. Greenbeard, go boom. I'm guessing the scout is the Greenbeard. Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. You don't mind those. Oh man, he's down. Oh man. See, at that point, you might as well just tell him like, hey, don't do that. I mean, I guess because maybe it's the scout. They're like, hey, maybe we should do the meet. Man, why is he going back? Why does he keep going back? Oh my goodness. He got him. He got them all. Wow, that is actually kind of insane. You know what? I'm honestly more impressed than anything that he was able to get all of them with that. That is incredible. Pipelines of tournaments. Oh, okay. So there's a bunch of different pictures of very weird pipe. What even is happening with this one? This one's a contender. I like it. Oh my goodness. What in the world is going on here? Why? Whoa, someone's trying to get that achievement for riding the pipelines for a long period of time. Very much so. And we have, what in the world? Oh my goodness. How do you even manage? She put it up by where the drop pod came in. Why would you do that? This one definitely wins. This one 100% wins. I cannot imagine people actually having to manage a pipeline like this. Because imagine like you're here and then the fix that you have to do is like all the way up here. Like that is just, how does it like loops back? Looks like a hand. Looks like a mechanical hand. Exploders are sweet, but brother, I crave the forbidden 5 HP. Don't do it, brother. No, brother, please. From A to D skip. Oh my goodness. When vampire is just too tempting to take. I feel like vampire should make it so that way you heal based on the health of the enemy that you take out. So like if you take out a swarmer, it's like a very small amount of HP. If you take out a grunt, it's a little bit more. And if you take out something big with a melee attack, like a praetorian or something, you get more health back. I don't know if that would make it broken, but I still think that would be kind of cool. That way, if you get a situation like this, I mean, you still wouldn't survive because the detonator would explode, but I still think it'd be a fun little change. First time I'm seeing 3 brood nexus in a row this close in range. Yeah, that happens a lot actually. Brood nexus, I mean, it might just be a me thing, but I see brood nexus spawn in triples in close proximity to each other pretty much all the time. Whenever I see one brood nexus, I essentially just assume there's going to be a second one and maybe even a third one. I feel like that's been happening a lot more lately. I don't know if that's a change or if that's something that's supposed to happen, but yeah, definitely brood nexus are spawning in groups more often than they were before. Give and take. They replaced the Hearthstone with the Gug Seed. I mean, it's like the Indiana Jones thing where he takes out the relic and he puts like a bag of sand or something. That's funny. Please remember to use the restroom before drinking Arcade Stout. It can really mess with your bladder. That's funny. Yeah, Arcade Stout is certainly one of the drinks of all time. I was only 230 hours in when I realized this existed. Oh yeah, the screen that tells you the results of the last mission that you're on. These are scattered all around the space rig, by the way. There's one in the medical bay. There's, I think, one right above the abyss bar. There's a couple ones that are scattered around, I think, the crafting area and a couple of those types of locations. They're all over the place, and it's actually a nice little touch that they give you those screens to tell you how you did on the last mission. And also when you queue up the current mission, it tells you the details, like where it is, the name of it, the type of mission type it is. It's pretty nice. Just realized we have persistent simulated eye floaties. Happen to notice a suspicious looking little guy on my screen. Wait, what? Is this a thing or is this a mod? I feel like this has to be a mod, right? Well, your profile picture is making me think that this is definitely modded, but it's really, I never noticed this before. Is this really a thing that we have? Do we have eye floaties that happen whenever we're looking at like bright objects or something? Have I just never noticed this? Am I equally as a victim of this? Somebody tell me this. Somebody let me know in the comments. Is this a real thing? Is eye floaties a real thing for dwarves? I need to know this. Found an old image in my gallery. Distance traveled. My goodness. That's gotta be edited. There's no way this is true, right? There's no way this is real. That is an insane amount of distance for just the gunner. Like, how do you even traverse that far? That is absolutely wild. That's what even... that's 100, that's 1,000, 100,000. That's like 500 million kilometers. What? That's got to be doctored. I'm not believing that. Nice. Nice. She lagged and she was alive, but not so when she died. What? The NG is down but alive because everybody else is down. Wait, what? I'm so confused. The NG was alive, but that was weird. That was so weird. When it says volatile fun. Oh my goodness, dude just yeeted all of his lead bursters out there. Oh, and then he triggered a charge. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, and there it goes. And you don't have your grenades anymore, buddy. Oh, wow. Wow. Is Haz 5? I feel like it's gotta be, right? That's gotta be Haz 5, right? Let me see the hazard level. Nah, it probably is Haz 5. I see your barrel balance beam and I raise you these. That is impressive. I've never gotten it into this little area before. That is incredibly skilled to be able to get barrels in there. Also, the name is Driller's Hullrum. That's an interesting name for a mission type. What on Hoxus happened here? What in the world, dude? Yeah, that's definitely hacks, especially if you don't have a driller on your team or a gunner on your team. and you see that something happened here. This looks like some sort of like machine web thing. It looks terrifying. All right, guys. Well, I think we went through a good amount of memes today. We saw some good ones, we saw some interesting ones, and we saw some very concerning ones that I'm genuinely curious as to how some people managed to get themselves into that situation. And let me know what you guys think about this. I think this is a fun little thing to do towards the end of the month, and a nice little break from the guide stuff, the informative type videos, and just a way to sort of round out the month with some fun little lowbrow humor. And again, be sure to check out our Discord, because we have a whole channel on the Discord specifically for memes if you guys want to check them out and post your own funny memes, but just make sure that they are appropriate. And as always, I hope you guys found this video enjoyable and entertaining. If you did, please be sure to let me know by hitting that like button, and consider becoming a member today, as it really helps me out a lot. Rocket Stone Miners, I will see you in the next video.